Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of My Little Conversations. Well, background music today is based off of December. It is a season, and I just feel like with adulting, sometimes you need to force things so that you're in the mood for them. Anyway, my name is Wanjiko Edna, and I'm the host of this podcast. And thanks for clicking onto this episode. I hope you are feeling Christmassy because I don't know if I am. One day I am, the other day I'm not. And to be honest, sometimes you look for psych to do stuff or you look for motivation to do stuff. But if we're being truly honest with ourselves, motivation finds you as you're doing the stuff you're supposed to do or as you're doing the things you like to do. So random, okay, not random, but well, it's a bit random. But on today's housekeeping segment, I will do the most. I feel like this is revealing so much because I don't like sharing my emotions to anyone, mostly if it got me to the point of like shedding tears. But anyway, last weekend I was sharing with a friend the way, hey, the dating scene is crazy sometimes. And I was just sharing with a friend, way, me, I don't know. That's just if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Cause I just feel like you have the intention to actually get into the dating space, but then you realize it actually really does take two people to intentionally want something, and if they don't want it as badly as you do, then I don't know if I should say it will fail, but it definitely won't work out because it will be one-sided, and sometimes things are one-sided and they just don't work out if both of you all don't want it. So anyway, that's not what I was going to talk about. But then there's this lyrics I've had when I was coming home. Nazime hit home. Get what I did? Yeah, anyway. So this artist called Kinoti, there's a song he's done called Fall, and me like all his songs. But this song, I've just had these two lines, and they have reminded me of this conversation I was having with this friend. And these two lines are: time has made a man fear love, self-sabotage is a heavy word. And then he continues to say, I wanna fight for love, I feel I need to. I feel, I feel I need to feel you. And if I break that down, I don't know if time is what has made me fear love, but it's men that have made me fear love, bro. That's a crazy thing. It's crazy. But then, when I was telling this friend about this whole thing of fearing love, this person was like, what if you miss out? And I realized this is it's a form of self-sabotage, not putting yourself out there enough just because you're scared. And you don't realize all the negative what ifs that have filled your head. There's also the positive what ifs, like what if this actually really does work? What if it ends up being really nice? What if it becomes a really nice love story? But anyway, so in the spirit of lyrics and songs and music, I've come to realize music is so powerful, and sometimes in crazy ways. But before I even talk about that, there was this, I don't know where I heard it, but it was like a statistic, like review or whatever, saying that 50% of people on earth literally feel shivers down their spine when they listen to good music, or what they would say is good music, because my taste is not the same as your taste. But I mean, for musical experience, just the other day, just by the way, it was around the same time I was having this conversation with this friend, and I went for that musical experience, and it was so nice. And I think there's a song that literally gave me chills. I don't remember which song, but they were doing mostly Christmas carols, and it was the 1st of December. It was on a Sunday. So, yeah, I just realized it is a privilege to feel chills down your spine because a song is so chilling, so entertaining, so sweet. And as a music lover, I feel like it's a privilege to feel shivers because of a song. I don't know if you feel the weight of what I'm saying, but I feel like if there's a song that has given you shivers and you're among the 50% who literally feel shivers down their spines when they listen to music, you definitely understand what I'm saying and where I'm coming from. Anyway, I was just, when I was coming home after listening to this particular song that drew me to these two lines of lyrics, I realized music is so powerful. Music is crazy. Like, it has the power to do so much. So, as I was saying rather, I don't like sharing about my emotions, especially if it involves me crying. But crazy thing, I was thinking about this whole love saga, and I'm like, before you get into the dating scene and actually differentiate who has good intentions and all of that. And it took me back to a time I don't honestly want to remember, but it took me back there, and I was crying my eyes out, bro, mbona naangusha hivyo? Anyway, so for the, okay, I wouldn't say the better part of that weekend, but for the better part of Friday night, I was feeling like shit because I was feeling the emotions of actually wanting to date, but probably not being in the space to find people who want what I want, for lack of a better term. And it also involves me being very choosy because I am, but that doesn't mean that I won't get what I want. But at the same time, I have so many what ifs. But anyway, my point is, after that Saturday night, I woke up in the morning and Sunday, I'm like, I don't feel like going to church. I don't want to. But I went regardless. I almost got late, actually. But then the motivation to actually go was because after I was going for the musical experience. And it was mostly just a collection of Christmas carols. And I don't know, I have loved Christmas carols all my life. Because when I was like way younger in primary, I was part of the Sunday school choir, and we used to do a compilation of all the Christmas carols, and we used to sing them, and the drama team for the kids used to do a play. I was never part of the drama team because that's just not my field. But also the fact that Christmas carols barely change, like you can barely learn of a new Christmas carol. I don't think there's anything like a new Christmas carol. So I almost know Christmas carols by heart, and I love this season because of singing Christmas carols. And when I talk about the power of music, I feel like music has a crazy power because, trust me, I came out of the house feeling down and feeling so demotivated in a way because of this conversation and because of the previous night. But then the whole singing to Christmas carols, dancing to them, listening to beautiful harmonies of people who have practiced these songs for weeks literally made me feel so nice. And it's like it rejuvenated the hope I had. And it's crazy because it just took a few songs to make my spirit brighten up a bit more. It took a few songs to realize that life's not that bad. life's not all that crazy. Life is good. There's so much more to experience. There's so much love to give and receive. And I don't know, I just left the weekend feeling a better person, feeling like there is hope, feeling like I don't have to feel like shit because I haven't yet found what I want, if that makes sense. But yeah, it just made me think, but now think from a positive side, that this is actually possible and not I just hope I'm making sense. But yeah, yeah, and I hope it all works out for you. By the way, if you're feeling sad, listen to your favorite song or songs or playlist. That's what I do. And on Sunday it was unintentional because by the way, I didn't know that they'll do Christmas carols. I just assumed from the poster the type of event that I was going for, and also assuming because it's December 1st, it's going to be Christmas carols. That was also an assumption. So yeah. Also, if you feel sad, if you're feeling unsure, if you feel like shit, just imagine, just pray. Ambia God, yo, it's tough out here. I'm giving you all this to handle for me because I can't. And I think I've said this before. Manifesting is putting your mind in the space to receive these things, but you also need to pray and believe that God has done it already, and also physically do what is needed. Because I gave this example, I think, months ago. You can't be saying, oh God, I need a job, and you're not applying for jobs. You don't even have a CV, you know. So yeah, believe that it will way apologies. Believe that it will all happen for your good, and just believe that stars are aligning in your favor. I mean, if but there's this reel I shared on Instagram. I think also I think yesterday, on Monday or on Sunday, I don't know. But it was basically about what you confess is what you possess. For real, for real, for real, for real. Like if you see a nice car and you're like, hey, it must be nice to drive that car. Versus someone who sees a nice car and they're like, I should actually research on that car and put it in my bucket list. When I get good money, I'll drive that car. Not only will I drive it, but I might actually decide to buy it. You're already putting yourself in the mind space of owning this car. Not only owning it, even driving it, going to the extent of even knowing more about this particular car. So anyway, if you're feeling sad, pray, manifest, do the work, and listen to your favorite song. Promise you'll feel better.